Hell nah, I ain't sleep today, but I'ma be okay. Miss my family on the east, but fuck it, I can't.
What's up YouTube, Zuki M1 here, and I am back with a brand new YouTube video. Today we are bringing you guys first on this channel at least Digimon deck profile for you guys. This is a particular deck that is near and dear to my heart, based on one of my favorite Digimons of all time. It is a Justimon deck, so we're going to be taking a look at that for you guys. I'm going to tell you guys what is the main purpose of the deck, what you're trying to achieve, and the pieces to get you there. So first we're going to start off with the Digitamas. These Digitamas that we're going to be running is Hopman. Hopman's effect is, as quote, while you have a black tamer in play, this Digimon gets plus 1k DP. Now under normal circumstances that might not mean a whole lot, but trust me when I tell you that 1k extra DP do go the extra mile every now and again, and it does really make a big difference when you get a chance to get it going for you. We run the 3 Commandramons, the blocker one, because it is a cyborg and it is a blocker. So there's going to be times where people are going to try to rush you down really quickly, and the Commandramon is just there to help slow down the pace of the game, so that way you can force your opponent to reevaluate whether or not just slamming their head into your security. We run the 4 Higurimons. The Higuri is there to essentially help you speed through your deck as quickly as possible. You have a ton of machine / cyborg targets, such as the Commandramons and Tankmon and other targets in your deck, so you're never going to not be able to summon this and have something to discard to draw 2 cards to get to the pieces that you need to get to faster. Essentially what you really want to do on turn 1 is hatch your egg, digivolve, and then once you digivolve, you hard play your Higurimon, pass them over with 3, discard a card from your hand, draw 2 cards, so that way you can get to your curve a little bit faster. You're going to swing with the Higuri, digivolve into another target, and then play the Higuri again and repeat the same process. And you're just going to keep doing that until you've gotten up to either your level 5 or you're ready to go into your level 6. And that's just going to be a really cool essential play that you can continuously go into. Your preferred rookie, the rookie that you really want to digivolve over and build into, is going to be the Sunrizamon. The Sunrizamon effect is while your Digimon has, while it is black and has 1300 or more DP, it gains plus 1 security attack, which is huge for your deck because your deck is trying to be an OTK deck. So you're trying to get to the OTK strategy while also building up. So it comes in super handy when you get a chance to get it going. So now we've talked about the rookies that you're going to be trying to do. A couple suggestions that you could possibly look into just in case you don't like the rookie lineup. You can take one of the Commandramons, one of the Higuris out and put in 2 copies of what is the name of that card? It's a rookie. The Chumon, which is the memory blocker for decks that you know for a fact. So let's say for instance you go to your locals and they play a ton of memory decks that do not rely on tamers. Then you can definitely put in the 2 Chumons, and this is just here for Doe Brickmon and for any other deck that just wants to hard play their targets like Defectmon and other things like that. This guy single-handedly saves your life a lot of times, so don't sleep on this card. This card is super valuable in this current format that we're in. That plus the Chumon could definitely help choke your opponent and prevent them from just gaining unnecessary amounts of advantage. The Tankmon, because it's a 1 cost to digivolve into, doesn't really give you an effect. So it's kind of but you know, it does help to get you to where you're trying to get to, right? So we got the 2 Tankmons, 3 Guardramons. The Guardramons are from EX1, not EX2 or from the base set. The reason why this one is the one you want to use is because it has 6,000 DP, so it's kind of hard to pop, and it also has the this effect of you may trash one card with machine or cyborg and its traits from your hand to draw 2 cards. So essentially the Higurimon, except now it's whenever you attack and it's not once per turn. So you can keep doing that over and over again as many times as you want. And then the Strike-Dramon. The Strike-Dramon is actually a little bit more of the more useful effect here in this situation. I wish you can trigger every time you attack, but I guess that'd be a little too good because then you can consistently get into your OTK. But I think they could have benefited from it, but yeah, what do I know? You know, I'm just a selfish guy who likes to see his cards do well. Anywhoosies, on to the, well, that's it for the level 4s. Then we're on to the level 5s. The level 5s that we have are the 2 Cyberdramons. So Cyberdramon, the original one from EX2, its effect is, if you have 2 or more Black Tamers in play, similar to the Strike-Dramon, you can de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. The rest of the effect is, you know, if it's a level 3, you can't trash it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Then we have the Cyberdramon. This one is probably my personal favorite so far, and its effect is really simple. It's just, if you have a suspended tamer, you gain 2k DP, right? You might be like, oh, well, what does that matter? It's all turns. So as long as you have a suspended tamer, a black tamer on your side of the board, no, sorry, suspended tamer. It doesn't even specify what color tamer, which is very important to realize. So as long as you have a suspended tamer on your side of the board, you'll keep 2k DP on your Digimon, which is super nice. So we got the new guy on the block. We got Excel Arm and Justimon for our level 6s. So we run 6 level 5s and 6 level 6s. So the Justimon Blitzarm is obvious. He is the boss monster, the whole reason for the whole deck. He has a phenomenal effect with the ability to either give himself 2k DP, which will turn on pretty much every single card in your deck, making him a 13k beater. Then, which also gives him a +1 security attack because of Sunriza. Then you also have the unsuspend effect, which is very important. So if you have to swing with the Cyberdramon to trigger your Strike-Dramon, you can Digivolve into Justimon, you know, spend the 3, unsuspend him, and then swing, trigger his effect again to give him 2k more, unsuspend again, and then delete a Digimon with 5k or less, depending on how many tamers you have. So this part is going to be very confusing. So I would highly recommend, if you haven't already, to rewind and re-listen to this part a couple times, because it's going to be pretty confusing the first time you hear it. So essentially what you want to do with this is you want to get up to your level 5. Then when you have 3 or more, 3 or more memory, you're going to Digivolve into Blitzarm. You're going to trigger his effect to give him 2k depending on the game state. If you're at a game state where you're at your 5 and there's nothing of threat on their side of the board, then just give him the 2k, and that's perfectly fine. Then you would swing. Then you're going to trigger his when attacking effect, which is for each tamer you have in play, activate this Digimon when attacking effect. So if you have 3 tamers, you're going to activate all 3 effects, which is follow. Give him 2k, unsuspend this Digimon, or delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the play cost of 5 or less. So he's going to do all 3 of these if you have 3 tamers in play. And then here unsuspend, and then you can swing again. So what you essentially want to do is you want to swing, get the 2 checks, unsuspend, give him 2k more DP. You're gonna have 1k DP from the hop. You're gonna have 2k DP from this thing. So that equals to a grand total of 3k plus the 2k that he gave himself. So that's 5k. Then you swing again, that's 7k. So he's gonna be at 18k swinger with 2 checks. Then once you unsuspend to try to swing for the second one, you're going to Digivolve into the Excel Arm. the Excel arm, by returning your this Justimon back to your hand, he's going to gain an additional security attack and piercing for the turn. And then when you attack, you can Digivolve back into this one again and trigger his Wind Digivolving effect to unsuspend, and then swing again for a game. I know that sounded confusing. That's why I told you, if you need to, just go back and rewind. But essentially, it's a loop. But you have to have enough memory to be able to do the loop, essentially. Because his evolution line is pretty expensive, and there really aren't too many cards to help reduce the cost. You could possibly consider running the card that allows you to reduce the Digivolution cost by 4, but that costs 2, so you know, it's a consideration for sure. And then for the level 7s that you can run is Defx. Defx is very, very straightforward. It's pretty much a staple in anybody's deck at this point. It just really helps control the game state, which is why you run the Cherubim mode over the Chumon, because the Chumon is nice, but it's not always something that pops up. But the Cherubim stops like Cross Arts, it stops Blue Flare, it stops Door Brick, and it stops Defx. So it has a lot more targets to stop. Then for option cards, we're running 2 Ultimate Flares, 2 Iron Fists, and 2 Congas. Ultimate Flare is there specifically for the Black War Greymon matchup. Before, this was not even in our decks at first, but because Black War Greymon is running around in these streets and you need a way to deal with him, this is the only way how. So when they swing with their ultimate before they get to their mega, now you got the potential of seeing the Ultimate Flare or the Iron Fist. You want to see that Ultimate Flare though, because you can de-digivolve him past the point of being able to save himself, and then delete whatever is left if it has to play cost of 3 or less. But it might not happen, but at least you got to de-digivolve by 3. That's the real kicker right there. It's the de-digivolving. This is really the only way to possibly deal with it. The Yuga makes sure that he doesn't really get affected by a lot of stuff. But if you can do this before Yuga comes down, or before Yuga gets to use his effect to make him immune to option cards, this can be very, very powerful in that matchup, especially against Mastiffmon as well. The Iron Fist, just to pop stuff, because there's still a lot of stuff that can get deleted. That being said, I mean, Examon doesn't really give a shit about this card, and other decks that has Evade also don't give a fuck. But if they don't have that, then, you know, they get punched in their jaw. Then we got Conga for the yellow matchup. There's still a lot of yellow decks that run around, so, you know, still a great card. 2 memory boosts. Anymore, I feel like it's just trolling. 1 Izzy, 1 Yugioh, 2 Rios, and 4 Kazus. So if you wanted to, you can run Kazu at 2 and then put these boys up to 2 and just be like 2, 2, 2, 2. But I honestly like the Kazu just a slight bit more than these two. And the reason why is because the mass majority of your deck is cyborgs and machines. And on top of that, you also get the added bonus of these guys getting targeted more than the rest of these guys. So Izzy is the most important tamer in your deck, but most people don't realize that. So by having him at 1, they're more likely to want to hit the Kazus. But if they hit the Izzy over the Kazus, you can still gain a lot of advantage off him as well. Plus he's only 3. Granted, Izzy can potentially, well, not potentially, will always almost always be a 3 cost. Because even if you flip Defx, he still counts as a black card, so you don't have to worry about Izzy not giving you the memory. Yeah, so Izzy is a very important card, but honestly, once you get past the first Izzy, the added Izzy's just aren't as strong. And Nakazu just offers more because you can draw off his effects. So you can speed through your deck a lot faster. You can use his effect on any cyborg or machine that attacks. So this can be pretty no, it says when one of your Digimons with them becomes suspended, which is also even better because they can suspend by just blocking and survive, and then you still get the added effect of drawing. So if you blocked with this guy and then you had Kazu on field, you can just draw one, discard one. So pretty good. And the added memory is also nice to boot as well. But this is the deck. Hopefully you guys like the list. I'll try to have a video up really soon in terms of in terms of some match. Well, actually no, I'm gonna actually just get some matches in this video. It's gonna be kind of long, but I think it'd be worth it. So I'll get some matches in for you guys so you guys can see it